Good morning. How are y'all doing? I pray all is well. I just want to shed some light on something that the Lord shared with me on the night before. So I was sitting there, and I don't know if y'all familiar with the movie Magnificent. Yes, I'm a kid at heart. But when I started out watching this movie, you know how it comes on. It tells about the story of Magnificent, and she's a little girl. She's one of the fairies in the forest. And she meets Stefan. They were kids when they met. They were innocent. They became friends. They started playing. And as the years went by, he came and he seen her. And she had feelings for him. So I think around, it said the 16th birthday, he gave her a kiss. It called True Love's Kiss. But anyway, though, after that, as the years passed by, they grew apart. And her heart never changed for him, but his heart changed for her. He became obsessed with being king. He became obsessed with things in the world. So let's skip on over to the part where, I don't know, I'm going to put the movie in the description too if you haven't seen it. But let's skip over to the part where where the king wanted to take over what's called the Moss Land. Now, remind you, the Moss Land was over there minding their business. They didn't worry about what went on in the other parts of the world. They just was in their own little world. So the king wanted to take over. So, of course, they went over there trying to take over, got into a fight. The king and them lost. Magnificent and them kind of won. So, the king wanted to be avenged. He wanted revenge. So, he said, whoever kills the winged creature, which was Maleficent, will be king. Well, of course, Stefan was working in the palace. He had not seen Maleficent for years. And he's like, okay, well, it's an opportunity for me to become king. So what does he do? He goes, he comes back to her. He said, things have changed, and I've been having to work and this and that. Of course, she never thought nothing about it. She forgave him and said, hey, you know what? I ain't seen you in a long time. I ain't gonna worry about it. So they just started talking about everything, just like old times, right? So he gives her something to drink to put her to sleep. And when she goes to sleep, he sorts out to kill her, but he didn't kill her. So he took maybe something, chain or something, and what does he do? He cut her wings off. Now he knows how much she loved to fly. He cuts her wings off, puts them up, bag them up, take them back to the king. So he can what? Be king. All right? Meanwhile, she's left in the forest. She wakes up in agony pain, feel on her back, no wings. She's hurt. She's broken. Trust done been broken and everything else. So she gets a crow and she tells him, she said, I need you to be my wings. So the crow goes, I think it was a crow, or it was a blackbird or whatever. He goes and he flies to the kingdom, finds out Stefan becomes king. And she say, this is what he did to me so he could become king. So I say all that to say this. We have to be careful who we let enter back into our lives. We have to have spiritual discernment. To me, that spoke so many volumes. The Lord was saying, have spiritual discernment in this season. Everybody can't enter back into your life, okay? Because the thing is, come on, Holy Spirit. They enter back into your life. You don't know if they're contaminated or not. He became contaminated when he got out there in the world. See, he became contaminated with man. He wanted money. He wanted riches. He wanted to be king. He wanted power. As a child, they were just children. They were innocent. But as the years grew, he became contaminated. That's what he wanted. So when he got back to Maleficent, he wasn't studying her. Because if he was, he would have never did her like that. Her, on the other hand, she was in her own little world. She did not look at him like that. She thought that this is my friend. He loves me. I trust him. And he would never do nothing like that to me. But he did. And here they supposed to have been friends for years. But he came back and did her like that. And that spoke so many volumes to me, because it's like, you can't let everybody back into their life. I don't care if y'all was childhood friends, okay? If you hadn't seen somebody in a long time, they come back into your life, listen, you better vet them. You better have spiritual discernment in this season. That way you can see what's on this. You can see what's going on with them, okay? If God said no spiritual discernment. God said if you have spiritual discernment, you'll be able to see that. He became contaminated. He became what was going on with the word. He didn't care nothing about her no more. His game was money, power, kingdom. That's all he cared about. He was not studying her anymore. Listen, that spoke so many volumes to me. I was like, wow. So in this season, y'all, ask God for spiritual discernment. That way you won't let people come in your life, because I'm telling you, they coming. They coming, okay? But you better have spiritual discernment to know, okay, what are you coming in my life for? What do you want? Are you the roots, the branches, or the leaves in my life? What are you coming for? And apparently he was a leaf, okay? He was a leaf, because as soon as he came in, he went right back out. He didn't care about her no more. He had done married and got a baby, okay? Not on top of this, you done stole from her. Then you got married, and then you had a child, okay? This is what you call a woman scorn. You done tore down this woman all the way down. But in order for you to get there, you had to use her. So she had to be used. He had to steal from her to get his kingdom. Listen, y'all better be careful out here. And I'm not just saying this for women, but this is for men too. Be careful. It can be relationships, friendships. Come on, because this was a friendship. Anybody come into your life and talking about, hey, how you doing? I hadn't seen you in a long time. How you been? You better vet them. So, now, I ain't seen you in about 3-4 years, or I ain't seen you about 6 or 7 months. What you want? You know, ask God for spiritual discernment so you won't be deceived. Because listen, you got plenty of wolves out here in sheep clothing. They can appear innocent, because he appeared innocent to her, like he was just coming to visit her, and look what he did. Same thing going on out here now. So y'all just beware, be careful, stay prayed up, be blessed, and be encouraged.